Hi guys, welcome back, and today we'll be solving reverse digits of an integer in Python. And the problem statement goes like this: given a 32-bit signed integer, reverse digits of integer. Assume we are dealing with an environment which could only store integers within the 32-bit signed integer range 2 to the power minus 31 minus 2 to the power 31 to plus 2 to the power 31 minus 1. For the purpose of this problem, assume that your function returns 0 when the reversed integer overflows. So basically, there will be a signed integer given, and then we should reverse the given integer, meanwhile saving or preserving its sign along with it. And one thing to note is if the given integer falls out of range, that is, if it is not in the range of minus to the power 31 to plus to the power 31, that is the range of 32-bit signed integers, you should simply return 0. So though for those of you who want to try it yourself, you can try it out, and if you don't find a solution, come back and we'll solve it together. So hopefully by now you have found solution, or else let's solve it together. So I'll be defining a function, and say function will be reverse, and that function will take a parameter x in, like they said, it will be an integer. And then first we'll check. Okay, so there are two possibilities. X can either be negative. If it is negative, it will be below 0, like the value will be less than 0. If it is negative, the first thing which we'll be doing is we will just remove the sign for now, so that we'll reverse the number and then put the sign back on. So x is equal to minus x, it will remove the sign. Say if x is minus 2, it will be plus 2 now. And after that, so Python makes very much easier to operate on strings. Say if we were to reverse a string of 1 2 3, we can do the extended slice operation on that and then convert back it into an integer. So we'll be doing that. It will be very quick and really easy. So once we have removed the negative sign, we will just assign the reverse to itself. So we will first convert it into a string so that we can do string operations on it. So this will be a string, and now we can perform the extended slice operation. So Python provides slicing on strings. So what it means is these two provide starting and ending index. These two, say this will start from the length of the string. If it is 3, it will start from the end and it will iterate till the 0th element, to the, say, till 1. It will come from 3. Sorry, it's not the last element. I mean the last number of, it's not the length of the string, but it will be length minus 1. Say if the length is 4, the index will be 3, and 3 to 0 it will iterate till there. And this is basically the step value. So if you give minus 1, it will traverse in the reverse order, like it will reverse the string. If you give 1 or 2, it will go 2 steps every time. So after this, we need to convert it back into int, right? So this will convert it back into integer, and then that is for negative numbers. And for the positive, okay, we need to put the sign back on. So I'll multiply by minus 1. The multiplication of minus sign is because we have removed the sign and we are putting it back on before, like, after reversing. And now the logic will be same for positive, except we won't like put the negative sign on. And one more thing we need to check is if the number does not lie in this range. If it falls out of the range, we need to return 0, right? So if x is either greater than, like they have said, if it's greater than 2 to the power, so we can do the power operation with double asterisk, and 2 to the power 31 minus 1, either of this. We can do logical OR on this. If it falls less than, if the value is less than 2 to the power 31 minus 1, and we'll basically multiply it by minus 1, so that it will be minus 2 to the power 31 minus 1. So if x is less than that, or if x is greater than 2 to the power 31 minus 1, we will simply return 0. Or else if this is not the case, we will return x, which will be the reversed value, right? So let's test it out. Hopefully it works. We reverse.py. Oops, okay, I didn't print it all. Okay, we'll print it over here. I'll call the function reverse, and then I'll pass the same parameter, say minus 1, 2, 3, and now it should print negative 3 to 1, and boom, that's it. And this works perfectly. So basically what we're doing here is we are accepting an integer, assigned integer, then we're checking like is it negative or is it positive. If it is negative, we remove the sign, we do the reverse operation, we basically convert it into a string and we reverse the string and then convert it back into an integer and put the sign back on. So that will be stored in this x, which we will be returning it over here, which is nothing but the same. Or else if x is not like less than 0, it will be greater than 0, which means it is positive. We just reverse the string and convert back into integer, and this block of code is used to check if the number goes out of range. Say it is not in the range of the 32-bit signed integer range, then we simply return 0, or else the reversed integer will be returned. That's how you do a reversing of digits of an integer in Python. Hope you learned something good. See you in the next one.